Well, hello. Welcome to Tarot to a T. Today we're going to do a February 2023 reading for the sign of Virgo. This is the first time to my channel. Welcome. Glad to see you here, and if you are coming back and you are a wonderful subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And if you are a donator to my virtual tip jar, which I will remind at the end of the video how to access that. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate anything you throw my way because it shows me that you appreciate what I'm doing. And I'm not a monotonizer on YouTube, so there is that, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and open a general inquiry for the sign of Virgo for February 2023. What message? Well, there's a message in half the deck, but we can't take that much. Okay, that's better. What message does Virgo need to hear for February 2023? Okay, I'll take those. Few cards of advice to get us started when we get to that section. Okay. If you hear any noises in the background, I am the proud owner of a new puppy. So, puppy wants to play some more, and I put him up just for a little bit so I could do this reading. So, but he's fine. He's in a playpen. Okay. Let's see what's going on with you, Virgo. Ooh, you got some stress at work here. This is the card that talks about needing to take a break in some way because there's some stress that's affecting you spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's also the card of maybe having some difficulties with a particular person at work, like some kind of disagreement with a supervisor or even just a coworker. It doesn't have to be somebody at authority. But there's some element around work that's just too much for you to bear. Like overwork, like too many hours, like too many tasks on your plate. Six of Diamonds, though, there is a lot of opportunities here to take financial responsibility, which is completely wrapped up in this work situation. So whatever is going on, it's not like you're not being compensated. The financial responsibility is, being able to pay off debt, not having to use credit cards, making repairs on vehicles, homes, I don't know, buying new clothes if you need them, new shoes. Lord knows how expensive shoes are, right? Especially decent ones. There's some kind of communication that needs to happen, though, to restore the balance. Probably to do with this work situation, but we'll keep going and see if it turns out you need to talk to someone outside of that. But yeah, this is the card of some kind of communication needing to happen because it's unstable, or it's been infrequent, or it's just lacking in general. Wow, 2 nines. Completions here. The 9 of Spades is a disappointment of some sort. It's a loss. It was probably out of your control. The 9 of Hearts is a wish fulfillment. Again, both denote completions. It's something that just wrapped up. Not life cycle, not in that context. Just like, as an example, I don't think it's the end of a job. It could have been. I still think you're in this stressful energy around the career, so I'm not going there with this. Maybe you just experienced a breakup in addition to having this job stress. And the communication needs to occur to let perhaps a supervisor or HR or somebody know in the work situation that you're going through a lot of heartache at the moment, disruption in your life. So maybe that's affecting your work. Maybe you're just not as consistent as you once were. Maybe you're falling, behind on production, depending on what type of work you're in. But the Nine of Spades is definitely kind of along those lines. It's something that traumatic that happened. I mean, maybe somebody passed away in your family. Maybe you lost a pet. But I don't see it that way, because the Nine of Hearts isn't a wish fulfillment. It's something you deeply desired. So it was something hard that you went through that you knew had to happen, but it also satisfied you on some level. Like maybe the stress of it was just too great. I mean, if somebody's been physically ill for a long time, that can often happen, that once the person actually passes away, however sad it is, there's also the sense of relief. I'm kind of picking up something like that. Yeah, you have your heart broken at the moment. Again, this is disappointment, loss. It's usually around a person with the Seven of Hearts. Somebody letting you down. Like things starting off really well and then just going plummeting, things going south, as I like to say. So I think you're experiencing something emotional that is affecting your work situation. Now, the opportunities here for financial responsibility, it kind of speaks of a situation where you're like either someone passed away or somebody left your life, and you're splitting up money and assets and property, and maybe in that sense you can take financial responsibility because now you have extra wealth at your hands, at your fingertips. The Four of Spades, you're feeling very supported and connected though in your home situation. So if you did break up with somebody, you do have a lot of support around you. This is very secure and solid. That's good to hear, especially with this broken heart energy. Just being sad in some sense. I mean, I'm not picking up devastation necessarily, on that level, but definitely sadness and just having to grieve and kind of go through that. And look at that, you are on a new start here. This is very pertinent to this Nine of Hearts. So the Nine of Hearts is that wish fulfillment. Well, this is about following your heart's desire. Not necessarily romantic, just, the way your desires flow in any manner of your life. Following your gut feelings, following your intuition. But it's a new start in that direction. So whatever's ended here, it's freed you up to do that. It might have to do with, you need to get out of this career now that that's gone, whatever that was, and you're at a crossroads decision. So you're trying to decide what you want to do. This could also be the card of being stuck on an outcome, having fixed ideas. You may be experiencing a little bit of stagnancy, in that you are not particularly feeling, I keep hearing motivated, but that's not exactly the term that I was thinking that fits here. Like lack of motivation. When you kind of get in that mode of there's too much going on, there's too much stress, and you just feel like you can't get anything done. And that's not like lack of motive. I mean, I guess it is lack of motivation on some level, but it's not like it's because you're lazy. It's because you have too many emotional things on your plate, and so physically you're not able to accomplish what you normally could accomplish. Those are too many cards. I need just a couple more cards here, or one. I'll take one. Definitely a need for change here though, so I think this completion happened in the recent past, and I don't think you're going through that in February. You're still going through this broken heart, this sadness, depression, however that fits with you, but you're very supported. with the Four Hearts. And you're trying to decide what you really want on this new start. Well, this is the card of a change needing to happen. So perhaps you've been sitting in this space a little bit too long, Virgo. Or at least the universe sees it that way. You probably don't. I know a couple of Virgos myself, and when they get stuck in a really hard situation, I think there's a tendency to kind of hermit yourself away and not move for a while, for a long time, maybe even indefinitely. You know, it's not like you snap out of it because you're very comfortable in your own space and controlling your environment. I mean, it's a natural tendency. But the Five of Clubs indicates there's stagnancy in something that needs to change. You're stuck somewhere. And I think it's stuck in kind of being this mode of, I'm wounded, leave me alone, get away. And knowing something needs to change here, something to do with the work. Yeah, not a pretty picture for you starting off in 2023, honestly. Let's go ahead and look at your cards of advice. Struggle, fight, being kind of pulled in a couple different directions. It may involve other people, not necessarily. It could have to do with the decision that you're making. There's a struggle to decipher what you really want, for example, which way you want to go. Maybe you have a couple of options already that you know about. But things are very secure in your home life, so you're sitting on solid ground financially. You're not like having to relocate or move or hustle to get some income, flowing in that you're lacking. I think you're very solid there, but you are very stressed out. You are very stressed out. There's this situation I kind of painted down here is overshadowing any kind of security and stability that you feel otherwise. Very stressed out. Struggle, fight, stress. Couldn't get much more complicated now, could it? Something is going to be revealed here. So these are your cards of advice, and normally, well, I wouldn't say normally, but sometimes this is like where you're going to end up. I still kind of see it that way. It's like this process you're going through of perhaps purging, processing all of this down here. You're going to come to some kind of epiphany. Something's going to be revealed. I actually am sensing that it's more internal. It's not like something from the external world is going to reveal itself, a hidden truth. I think it's going to be something within you. So it's trusting the process. That's what I'm getting. You need to trust the process of this. Really, like this is not fun, and this is not fun, and this is not fun. But you need to trust the process that it's all going to become clear to you what you need to do. That's crystal clear to me. No doubt. Yeah, I don't always get readings that are that clear, honestly, to me either. But I see that it's a rock solid gem of advice there. You got another 3. So you got a lot of things just kind of pulling you in different directions. And the 3 of Hearts does talk about things pulling you emotionally in 2 different directions. Again, I think it has a lot to do with the decision you're trying to make in following your heart, your intuition, your gut. But again, like I just said, I think it's all going to lead to this moment of clarity. Sorry, I'm just trying to arrange these here so we can still see them. Okay. Any more cards of advice for Virgo? Oh, Virgo, you're going through the motions this month. New start in finance. Fantastic. So wherever you're headed, this work situation, yeah, you may have the options and opportunities here to take better financial responsibility, but I think it has to do with this new start. It's about a desire to up your income, to increase the flow of abundance coming into your life as well. So it's not just, oh, this situation isn't working anymore, so I just got to find another job. No, you're actually, you want to step up. You want to step up. You want to raise your potential here by finding a new opportunity that's also going to increase your financial freedom, your abundance, your flow, which I think is I think that's a good thing to focus on right now, especially if this is the end of a relationship. Sometimes we need to step away from that. You know, not that you need a relationship, but stop focusing on relationships and focus on other things, because it's probably something you haven't put a lot of energy into in a while. You've just been kind of floating along in this career or this job that you've been, or maybe it's the line of business in itself. Maybe it's not just that particular work situation. Maybe the line of business is just growing stale for you, and you need to move on to something that fulfills you more. There is a lot of fulfillment with the Six of Hearts, because it does open you up for options and opportunities to pursue personal relationships. Now, a lot of times I do see that having to do with romance. Not necessarily seeing that here, but maybe along the way and along your journey here, you're going to be able to meet somebody special, and not necessarily romantic. Could just be a really good friend, a support system, maybe even professionally, like somebody you can collaborate with. But they're going to mean a lot to you on some kind of emotional level, or not necessarily just one person either. It's just that this tells me the energy is open for you to meet people. You're not carrying around baggage. You're not blocking that flow into your life. You see what I mean? One more card of advice. Just one more card of advice here for Virgo. We wrap up this reading for Virgo. Nice. Another new start with the Ace of Clubs. Fantastic. So you got new start, following your heart, increasing your financial abundance, and you also have the card here of learning new skill, acquiring new information. It's also the card of like study, like perhaps you do need to go back into some kind of certification, or maybe go back to taking some college courses, I'm not sure. But it's about having to learn, acquire something so that you can get yourself back into this new start. That's the advice here, Virgo. Whatever you're going through with this struggle and this worry and stress, yeah, it sucks. I can feel that. I can feel that through here. It's not too dark otherwise, but that's just a very active, like, in the now situation that you're in. Struggle and fight and stress. But it's all going to become clear to you, and that's completely exciting. There's a light at the end of the tunnel with the Seven of Spades. And emotionally, you are feeling kind of pulled into different directions. I think it's something you're just going to have to endure for the time being. But this is what you need to focus on, these new starts, and the potential to meet important people in your life that are going to make a difference. I think it sounds good. In the long run, it sounds good. At the moment, it sucks. Okay, that's what I got for you. If you'd like to see when the next reading comes out, make sure you hit subscribe notification, or just check it back in with my channel. If you'd like to make a donation to my virtual tip jar, it's at a site called Buy Me a Coffee. I actually drink tea, though. So either way, it goes to the right place. The link can be found in the bottom of the description box. You copy and paste that into your browser, boom, sends you right there. Much appreciation if you're able to do that, okay? And I will see you again soon, Virgo. You hang in there. You have a lot on your plate. I know it. If nobody else knows it, I know it. Okay? Take care until I see you again.